Dumelang guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. I am Reneilwe, Sehlake, also go by the name Reneilwe, whichever one you can pronounce is fine by me. So now that we have kicked it off and we're in our living room series basically, today we are going to get into lime washing. As you saw in my mood board, I had a lime washed wall and I really liked it. So problem is, if you don't know what lime washing is, I will put up a description of what it is. Basically, it's a harmless substance or paint, shall I say, or method of painting. It goes way back, way back, way before I was born. And it's a beautiful way to texturize a wall. But however, living in South Africa, getting access to lime wash paint is very difficult. I googled, I searched for paint stores that could possibly have it. The only ones I came across were in Cape Town. I'm in Gauteng, and it was very on a pricey side. So now imagine I have to pay so much money for paint. I have to pay so much money to get it to where I am. And the closest paint that was there, I think the name is Versus. They have it at Leroy Merlin. It had a lot, it was expensive. It was 5 liters was 1,000 something, and you have to maintain it every other 6 months. So to me that was too much. So I started going into my DIY little brain and thinking, how can we faux lime wash our walls, make it look like lime wash for less, or make it look like lime wash when it's really not lime wash. So I went in my mind, I started thinking, how about we mix up paints together, and hopefully this idea of mine works. So anyways, without further ado, now that I've explained to you more or less what lime wash is and how we are going to achieve it for less by using normal paint, nothing special about the paint. However, we are going to use matte paint because lime wash is not glossy. I've never seen a glossy wall that's been lime washed. It has this matte effect about it, but yet again it has this faded wash or faded coloring to the wall. So that's what we're gonna try to achieve, but affordably. Before we start this makeover, I just want to show you guys what this living room looked like before, so you guys can see properly the paint that was there before, how the furniture was set up and everything like that, because as this makeover continues, we're changing the configuration of the living room, changing the paint on the walls. So I just wanted to show you guys what we're working with so far. So what I like to do when I come into a room makeover, or even if you're just painting walls, I like to clear out the entire room or the space. However, sadly, I couldn't clear out my living room. I mean, where was I gonna move my couch to? So if you're gonna keep some items in the room, it's always good to cover them up, protect them, ensure that you don't get paint on them or anything like that. So cover them up with plastic or a drop sheet or a drop cloth, whichever way works for you. And now, what I really like about clearing out a space is that you start to see what you're working with more or less, and you start visualizing your idea better without the items in the room, shall I say. So when it comes to paint making decisions, I know most of us are probably panicked. Some of us don't want to make the wrong paint decision. What I like to do is I like to stick up my paint templates or paint testers on the wall. You've seen me do it on my channel. I like to leave them there for a whole week if possible, or more actually, not even if possible. I do leave it longer than I should, and I like to look at the paint as far as how it looks in the morning to the afternoon to the evening, because paint tends to give off a different it looks different under different lighting. So I need to make sure that I love the paint throughout all the lightings that are there. If it's a cloudy day, if it's a sunny day, I will like what I see about the paint. So I decided that I'm going to prime. I'm air coating because I'm actually using matte paint. I didn't think that primer would give me a matte feel on my wall. So since I'm going for the mattified wall so that I can get that lime wash feel and texture, what I did was I decided that I'm going to prime my wall, give it 2 coats of paint of white, and then we're gonna start with the lime wash effect and start mixing up the paint. And I will pretty much show you how we got the lime wash look or effect. Oh, and another update, this wall is white. Yeah, decided to take it one wall at a time because sometimes it can be overwhelming trying to paint all of this at once. So we're trying to take it, we're trying to, chop down our workload into small little bits that we can chew so we don't bite off more than what we can chew. So this is more manageable and it's not overwhelming at all. Just going one wall at a time, focusing on each wall. Obviously, while I wait for the filler to dry, I will be trying to move things away from this wall so I can prep to paint for this wall. So it's all about trying to make all of this workload more manageable. So yeah, moving on. I'm gonna take the cozy cream. I'm just gonna slap it on there. Ooh, that's too much. Okay. And then I am going to take the white and slap it on there as well. This is like going against all the rules of painting. Like I'm heavily applying this paint, and you're gonna need a drop cloth for this, guys, because I am dropping paint on my tile. And then I'm gonna take my small little brush. I'm gonna prime it with the white paint. So who knew foundation and concealer would help me paint a wall? Prime my small little sponge with white paint so that it can help me blend. So this is gonna be like my blending brush, shall I say. And then this big sponge, it helps me like mix them. So I try and rotate, I'm gonna try and rotate my hand because like doing this can be like a repetitive pattern on the wall. So I'm trying to rotate my hand so it doesn't look like a repetitive pattern. See how the cozy cream just takes over, even though like I put less of it and more of the white. And like sometimes you can tell where I swiped like my paintbrush, but I'm not gonna panic yet. If I feel like there's too much of one color, all I can do is just add the other color on to balance it out. Okay, so I'm gonna go in with my blending sponge and I'm gonna blend that cozy cream out. So standing close, you don't necessarily see that it's working or not, or if you like the color or not, or if it's well mixed, or you like the variation, or if it's too much of one color in one spot. So I just step back and then I take a look and see what I want, where to add what, or to, if it's fine, I can move on to the next patch. Alright, so I quickly learned that going straight with the brush on the wall was leaving the same pattern. So like I said, we want different patterns on the wall. We don't want it to show what we actually used or the technique that we used. So I'm going with squiggly lines and different patterns. This is just a perfect time for you to go back to your preschool days. Don't color or draw within the lines. Just, you know, go wild. Abstract art, if you may call it. So what I'll do is apply different patterns of the paintbrush filled with paint onto the wall. That way I don't have the same pattern going on or repetitive. Hence why we're also rotating our wrist with the sponge, ensuring that the sponge doesn't leave the same pattern. So we're trying to vary each and every single time we apply paint to the wall. As you can see, it is self-explanatory, but I just wanted to give you a few tips that I picked up on, and it's always good. I highly advise that you step back every once in a while to see if you like it, what needs to be changed, if you're actually applying more of one color than the other, so you can make better adjustments. You can still adjust it when the paint is dry, but however, I prefer adjusting it way before the paint dries. And when you move to the top section or the bottom section, depending on which section you're working with, up, going down, or like I'm doing in sections, like going from the middle to the top to the bottom, always blend your last paint application with your new paint application, so that you can't tell where you start the painting process and where you stop the painting process. So I'm going to show you guys pictures of what it looks like after, because I feel like videos don't really give you that feel. And besides, I don't want to show you videos because I started working on other places in this living room makeover that I still want you to still like be a bit surprised and caught off guard. I don't want you to sneak peek everything in the living room, so I'm going to show you the pictures of what the wall looks like, what the effect looks like. And we basically managed to lime wash, or shall I say faux lime wash, our walls for way less than what we were gonna spend on lime wash paint. Thank you guys for tuning in, and I thank you for watching this video this far. If you're not subscribed yet, please don't forget to subscribe, turn on the bell notification. If you want to try this, please tag me. It's creative home living _ by Rainy, my Instagram account. My personal one is Rainy059. So do tag me if you try this out. If you have any questions about anything, leave a comment down below. If you guys think that this is a superb job, leave a comment down below. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. It helps out my channel. And like I always say, don't forget to be kind, love and light. I can't kiss you goodbye yet because I just want to show you what you're in for next week. Next week we're going to be installing wood slats on the wall. It wouldn't be the first time we install wood anything on our walls, but that's what you're in for next week. So don't forget to subscribe. Stay tuned for this living room makeover. And now I can kiss you goodbye. Bye.